here. I don't care. All right, I think we are live. Hello, everyone. I am coming to you from the camper. I'm gonna wait a minute here. Let's put this right here so it's a little, yeah. We've got the tiny, well, it's not a tiny camper, relatively speaking, I guess, compared to some things. It's actually quite large, but you know, you get everyone around me. You've got Lane with me here this morning behind me. He and me are getting ready to go do some stuff while we talk Trello. I don't know, it's weird. I guess people want to do other things besides just talk Trello. But yeah, I'm going to wait another minute for everybody to join us, but I will go ahead and start sharing my window. And yeah, we are here today because we are going to talk about Trello. We are doing a live stream going through this free learning path that Atlassian has all about Trello. And I'm super excited. I've done this before. You can see I've got some progress, but they've added some new sections in here. So I think it's actually going to be a little bit different. But we're going to go through these and yeah, learn a little bit about Trello. If you want to follow along, I will put the link in the chat. Let me bring up the chat. Also, hi Samuel, how's it going? Link to training. I will post that there. Go ahead and go there and sign up. If you've never done it before, you'll need to create an account. Should be pretty straightforward. If you have an Atlassian ID, I think you can tie it into that. Like I said, I'll go ahead and wait a minute or two for folks to drop in here and get set up if you're trying to follow along here. Let's see here. Yeah. Where's everybody joining from today? I am still in Louisiana, which is where I live, but I am down the street a little ways. I am in Lafayette, Louisiana. I live in Baton Rouge. And yeah, I am in my camper. So knock on wood, the Wi-Fi goes well. I use this little mobile puck when I'm traveling, and it's pretty good between this and my hotspot on my phone. I'm usually able to do pretty well. Campgrounds these days tend to have pretty decent internet. This one particularly that I'm at is not that good, which is pretty standard. Historically speaking for campgrounds, but like I said, many of them have gotten better. But I use this and it basically like grabs the best cell signal of any service nearby and makes it like a router, so I can connect multiple devices to it, and it usually does a pretty good job. So fingers crossed it holds up for us today. And if it doesn't, then I'll switch over to my phone hotspot, but we should be pretty good. All right, am I back now? Sorry about that, everybody. I definitely just jinxed us, I guess, by bragging about my internet. All right, so I think we are back and rolling. Let me just open YouTube and double check that it's looking good over there. Do. Yes. All right. Okay. So yes, so we are still rolling, and yes, okay. Samuel, yeah, it should not take an hour and a half to actually go through this. Yeah, Liz, I think we're gonna make it through it in probably, yeah, 45 minutes tops, I think. I need to be done by top of the hour, so we will make it through as much as we can, and I think we will make it through most of it. So hey, Henry, thank you. And Rasmus, hello, good to see you too. Yeah, that's what I get for bragging about my internet, I guess. So we've switched over to the mobile, or to my phone's hotspot. So fingers crossed. If I disappear, just be patient with me for a minute or two, and I always come back, right? At least we've got my mic sorted out today. For anyone who had to join me on my stream, was it earlier this week or last week? I think it was maybe last week. That was, no, whatever it was. You know what I'm talking about if you were there. It was a rough stream. So hopefully the mic's going to work. And yeah, exactly, Mike. The real life of working remotely. That is the glam. The Instagram gives you the glam. This is the real life, how it works. So, okay, cool. So let's go ahead and jump right in here and get into it. So I will post, it should be in the chat, but I will post it one more time just in case folks are just joining in. Go here and you can follow along with me and get, shiny little badges and certificates as we go. But this is the, hi, Aaron. This is the Atlassian University Learning Path for Trello. And so, as I mentioned before, I've done this before, but they've actually added some new sections in here. So it should be interesting. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. This is, I didn't know until, I think it's fairly new, but about a year ago, I think is maybe when I first discovered this. And so it'd been around for a little bit before I actually discovered it. So it was pretty cool to see that Atlassian's got some here, and hopefully there will be stuff you learn as we go along here. But we will start out with this first one called What is Trello? And so I'm going to go ahead and hit review, just because I've done it before. Yours might say start. All right, so what is Trello? By the end of this list, I'm not going to read necessarily every word. That could maybe be kind of boring, but I might give some color commentary as we go through here. But basically, this is going to be a Trello overview. So Trello helps teams move forward. Okay, maybe I will read some of the words. It's a visual collaboration tool to organize projects in a fun, flexible, and rewarding way. If Trello is completely new to you, that's okay. We'll start with some basics. You can think of Trello as a digital to-do list for you and your team. It helps everyone track their work so they deliver on time. Digital to-do list makes sense. I also like to call it a digital whiteboard. So it's a similar concept of, I really like this graphic where it's basically this board and you group things by what we call lists, and these elements inside of them are called cards, and you drag them around and you add specific attributes to them. So a digital whiteboard with sticky notes. What can Trello do? You can use Trello to organize work for any type of project. This is very true. I don't know that I've used it specifically for a birthday party, but I have used it for parties and get together event type of things. And I think I've used it for a housewarming thing once, and definitely have used it for lots of business strategy. Actively have one for organizing my side project stuff. In Trello, you can assign tasks, hand off work, gather feedback. So basically collaborate with people. You can view across your tasks plotted across different ways. You can automate repetitive tasks. I love that. Integrate with other work tools like Confluence and Slack and literally hundreds of others. Over 1 million teams use Trello worldwide, big and small. That is true and interesting. Definitely, I feel like Trello gets the reputation of a lot of small teams using it. But if you go to Trello's homepage when you're not logged in, you'll see that Visa and I think John Deere, some other big companies actually use it too. So that's pretty cool. So InVision, basically, okay, so people use it for employee onboarding. Oh, I didn't know Best Friends Animal Society uses it. That's really cool. Network of animal shelters. They use Trello to identify the animals in each shelter and allocate the animal. Oh, so each animal is a card. That's really cute. Practicing law. This totally makes sense. My partner is an attorney, and we have a lot of good friends who are attorneys, and their firms have used Trello. I've helped them use Trello, so that's pretty cool. So, all right, now let's move on to our, I guess, first question there. Might have to swipe that graphic. I know, right, Mike? That's a pretty good graphic there. Okay, let's see what you've learned. How well do you understand the concepts? How is Trello different than other to-do apps? Oh, this is an ask yourself. Okay, got it. So this is like self-reflection. How is Trello different than other to-do apps? Ooh, I'd love to give my answer here. I think what makes Trello different is it's one of the few that works really well if you're independent or if you want to collaborate with other people. I also think the automation capabilities are superior to any other tool that I have seen. And integrations, it feels like it's one of the most common integrations with just about anytime there's a tool that I'm like, oh, I wonder if it integrates with, my to-do list tool. Like Trello always comes up on those lists. So I think that's kind of big for me. How would you take advantage of the flexibility of a Trello board? That's a funny question to ask me. Watch all of my YouTube videos, and you will literally see how I do that. So I won't belabor that point. All right, now let's answer these knowledge check questions. Which of these is a good description of Trello? A digital to-do list to help individuals and teams get work done. Time tracking platform? No, but you can use it for that. Mobile app for tracking finances. You technically can do it for that. A file storage platform also can do it for that, but this is definitely the answer they're going for. Perfect. Yeah, it's flexible, could be used to do all these things. It's not its primary function, does have a mobile app. Its primary use isn't to track finances, which of long tasks cannot be done in Trello. Assign a task to a coworker, you can do that. View project due dates and timelines, you can do that. Create illustrations for a new logo. So this is the answer they're going for, because Trello is not like Canva, but I would say, yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, you can actually do all of these things here. Mike, we definitely need like Trello can do all of these things for this one and for that last one. Like, what can you do in Trello? But I think what they're going for here is this one. Perfect. All right. Want to review key terms? I think we're going to keep going just because otherwise, if we go through too much detail, we will spend forever here. But we did that. So now the next one is start navigating Trello. All right, let's do this. Okay, navigating Trello. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to describe boards, lists, cards, workspaces, and navigate to them. Explore boards, lists, and cards. What's a board? It's a place to store related task or information. A great way to visualize tasks and ideas in one place. You can use boards to track your own work and ideas or collaborate with others. That totally makes sense. I think that is, again, it sticks with my digital whiteboard example. That's exactly what this is. I've got a kitty who's trying to help here. Yeah, she's very interested in boards. A list is a place to hold related information within a board. You can use them to categorize information like incoming orders, ideas for social media posts, new hire onboarding, team goals, or steps in a workflow. Steps in a workflow is usually the most common definition I give for lists or categorizing information. So I like the way they put, these feel like kind of specific ideas that you would use it for, but they're still going to come into like categorizing those new hires or team goals or steps to do those. So many people use Trello to track daily responsibilities. Yeah, this is probably the most common. I would say, if you're like, I don't know what to call my list, just start with the to-do, doing, and done, and you'll come up with new ones as you go. List says it's much more dynamic as a to-do list. Like to-dos in Microsoft are so static and take more apt to automate. Trello's a one-stop automated shop. Yes, I love it. 100, 1000%. I wish I could love that 1,000 times, Liz. I completely agree. That's pretty much how I feel about it. Like every other to-do list I've tried, it just feels like almost more work to organize my tasks. Whereas it feels like Trello actually, especially when you're using it with like automation, but even its core features, it just like helps me see what I need to do rather than having to spend time organizing what I'm working on. It like helps me keep it like it does the organizing and helps flag what I need to see. So plus on that. So yeah, okay, so let's see. People use Trello to plan their week with a list for each day of the week and another list for completed tasks. Definitely a way to do it. No limit to the number of lists you can add to a board. No limit. You can arrange them and title them however you like. You can drag them around. So these things are lists, and you can literally drag them. Like, probably be more fun if I had my demo Trello board up here so we could play around with it. But you can literally drag these lists around wherever you want them to be. So that's pretty cool. Card is the smallest unit in Trello, representing task ideas and info. Card could represent a blog post you need to write or a homework assignment. You create cards within a list and you drag and drop them. So yeah, the concept is, something starts here and goes through all of these different stages. Cards have a front that you can see when you're looking at the entire board. So this is the front view of the card, but they've also got a back that you can see when you open it. So card front, card back, all of these details in here. Workspaces are collections of boards shared with a set of users. This gets into the tricky stuff here. There's definitely I hear a lot of questions about what is a workspace and its relation. So let's dive in here. They're collections of boards shared with a set of users. Every Trello user gets a personal workspace by default. Here's a personal workspace with several boards in it. Yeah, it's basically the way you group your boards. Interesting. I kind of wish, well, I know they're trying to keep it high level, but the important thing that I would have added to this is how Trello's pricing is managed. For instance, it's not like you pay for Trello for you. You pay for number of users in a workspace, and it could be just you in that workspace. You could be part of 20 different workspaces, and you would pay for yourself in each of those workspaces if they were premium. You don't have to. There are free workspaces. For instance, I'm part of a lot of free workspaces, but I'm also part of one premium workspace. All right, let's see what you learn. What projects would you track in a Trello board? These questions are funny for me. What would I not track in a Trello board is probably a better question. And I used to say budgeting, but the colorful budgets power up really solved that for me, because it used to be for a long time I was like numbers, but now even that I can do in Trello now. So yeah, all the things. What list would you create to keep track of those projects? So I typically am more of a standard to-do doing done person, but it also, or like the steps of a workflow, but it also depends, because I have my content planning workboard. Like you can see where the content I'm actually working on, that's where I use the steps of the workflow. And it's like everything starts as an idea, and then it's in progress, and then recording, and needs a thumbnail and things like that. So that's typically my process, but every now and then I mix it up with categories. What would the cards represent in your board? So content planning, we'll stick with that example. Each card is a piece of content. In my to-do list, it's tasks. Now answer these knowledge check questions. Aditi wants to use Trello to track her homework. Sorry. So a Slack come through. Okay, Aditi wants to use Trello to track her homework. She wants to group assignments together for each class so she can see them all at the same time. Which of the following configurations would be best for Aditi? Create a card named school, and then a list with that card for each class. With that card for each class. That's a confusing question, but I create a board named school and then a list with here we go. Yeah, I think they're really trying to trip you up on the terminology here, but I think this is the right answer. Create a board named school and then a list within that board for each class. Yeah, so basically I think that's what they're going for. List named school and a board within. No, you wouldn't make a board within a list. You wouldn't make a list within a card. So yeah, they're literally just trying to trip you up here. So pay attention. It's you want a board and a list. Let's see. What Trello object would be best for tracking individual assignments within each class? Probably cards, because that's a granular unit there. So I think that would work. It's gonna be really funny if I get one of these wrong live. Okay, cool. Review key units. Yep, this is terminology. If anybody wants to take a screenshot, this is probably a good little like a dictionary snippet. So yeah. All right, cool. We completed this lesson. Okay, how do I go to the next one? I guess I just exit lesson. Oh, okay, sure. Then it tells me next activity: create boards and lists and cards in Trello. Let's do it. Mike, I think the same thing every time. I kind of understand why they do it in that order, because a workspace, it kind of doesn't make, like, it's weird. I always think about the order in which to explain Trello, because I'm used to the board list card, but almost it makes sense to start with card and say it's a digital sticky note that you organize in, you can stack in, sort in lists, and you organize those lists in a board, and a board, you can have multiple boards in a workspace. So I agree. I typically do like board list card when I explain it, and then jump to workspace. So I tend to do that too, but it does feel like you should zoom out or zoom in, or, you know, rather than jump around. So yeah, it is kind of funny that they do that. Okay, so create boards, lists, and cards in Trello. Oh, this is easy. We got this. Creating Trello board is simple. Just select create in the main navigation bar, click create board. Oh, I got rid of my demo board. Let me bring that back up just in case we want real time. But yeah, Just so you know, they're not making up these screenshots. It's real. Hang on. Let me get rid of this. No, I don't want, there we go. Hit create. And yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot I made an automation that reminds me about old boards to close when I hit create. But yeah, you just literally click that and you can create a board right there. This is how you create a board. See the screenshot here. Create lists. Keep tasks organized on your board. You can use lists to move cards along each step. We already talked about where you would add a list. Adding it is super simple. Literally on every new board and in existing ones, there's this section that just says add another list. You just type in there and hit enter, and you can keep going. So super easy to do. Create cards to manage tasks. Once your lists are set, it's time to add cards. Select add card. Press enter on your keyboard or click add card. New card. We can hit enter, or we can hit add card. Let's see, you can easily click and drag cards to move them to different lists as needed. Ready to try it yourself? Oh yeah, oh here we go. Open Trello and follow steps below. So if you haven't already, follow along. Open your Trello workspace, navigate there, select create, then create board. You may see slightly different options depending on your license. Fair, you may not see create enterprise workspace. Create 3 lists. Enter to do, doing, and done. And then create a new card. Learn about Trello and to do and move along to doing. Let's see. Learn about Trello. Doing. This is very funny. I have a very similar assignment I do in my Trello overview course. Let's see what you've learned. What list could you create to manage your own to-do list? Wow, these are really repetitive. To do, doing, and done. I also prefer a backlog list because if we're going to get technical here, I like to have a backlog is kind of like all the possible things to do, and then to do is kind of like up next and what I actually want to focus on. That's knocking down food bowls. Shashank, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, makes custom wallets. It needs to track his online orders. He needs to be able to track orders from submission to delivery. He needs to track each wallet order through 4 statuses: orders received, in progress, quality check, and shipped. How could they use Trello to manage the orders? Create a list for each order status. Woohoo! Creating a board would not be the best option because he couldn't move them from one board to the next. Creating cards would not be a solution because he couldn't move orders from one card to the next. Yeah. Finish the quality check and ship a custom wallet. How would he track this? Drag the card from quality check to shipped. Just looking at these other here. Yeah, none of those seem right. Okay, perfect. Boom. Okay. Exit lesson. We are rolling. Next, add details to Trello cards. So this one's going to be fun. Okay. Add details to Trello cards. By the end of the lesson, you can add a cover, add labels, add attachments, checklists, start due date, and reminders. Mark a task as complete. Oh, I love it. Okay. So this is when I describe Trello as the supercharged sticky notes. These are the sticky notes, and you're about to see why you're supercharged. So I think I see we've got some folks joining in here. You've come to maybe the best part. This is the supercharged sticky note section here. So you can add covers to a card, like the cover of a book. Card covers appear outside of a card. They help categorize different types of tasks and add visual interest to your boards. You can use colors or images. So you see here, all of this is a cover, this is a cover, this is a cover, this is a cover, this is a cover. They don't actually show any color ones there, but this is a card cover, and you can style it different ways. You can have it where it's like the background or just above. So this is what it looks like when it is like above the card, and this is what it looks like when it is set as the background. So there's different reasons you may use them for different things, but if you saw how I did that, click a card to open it, open the right side of the card, select cover, select a size and color or image for the card cover. I think the size is that option I was showing you, where you can do background or just at the top. You can upload images or choose from gallery. You can upload custom images too, so that can be kind of fun if you've got like something specific you want to do there. It can be really fun. So yeah. Okay, add labels to a cards. Labels are colored dashes. Interesting. I haven't thought to describe them as colored dashes, but okay, I guess I see what they mean by that. They quickly show a piece of information about a card from the board view. If you're coming from other tools, they're kind of like tags. You can create a green label that means the work is on track, a yellow that means you're waiting for someone, or a red label that means it's at risk or past the deadline. You can use labels for all sorts of things. I often will use it for like categories. And so, for instance, if we go back to that like content planning board, I will use the labels to indicate if it's like a short video, like for TikTok or something, or if it's a long form video. Here's what labels look like on each card. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a label. I have a label in this board. Oh, fun fact, by the way, if you're ever in Trello and your labels are just a color and you want to see the words on it, just click it and it should show you that, and you can toggle that on or off by just clicking that. So yeah, pro tip there. Okay, to click a card to open it, on the right side select label or create your own. Pretty much everything they're about to show you here, you're going to open a card and be able to access on this side here. So whatever you see, just click it, and again, you can add like text there, do whatever you want. So yeah, you can use colorblind friendly mode, which adds a unique design to each label. Yeah, I haven't actually used this, but it's pretty cool. It basically changes these to give them like little patterns with it. So that's kind of neat. Feel free to use that. Add attachments to cards. You can attach documents, files, links, two ways to add attachments. You can upload from the card or drag from your computer. Oh yeah, so I guess I don't really do this that often, but you can, let's say I had a file on my computer, I could take the folder and then drag it into the card. I could also literally just go in here and hit attach and choose a file, and you can't see because I'm not sharing that window, but it has your standard pop-up you're used to where it's like select a file from your computer. You can also paste links in here. So one of the other things that I like to do is, like, let's say I'm on this URL and I want to save it. Rather than having to go over here, click attachment and hit paste, what you can just do is go like click like go to the card and just click Command V and paste, and it will add it in there as a link attachment. So you don't have to do all that. You literally just go to the card and Command V. So pro tip there. Man, you're really getting the bonus training here. Track tasks with checklist dates and other tools. So yeah, basically adding checklists to a card. Again, you click over here, click that checklist, give it a name. You can copy it. So let's say you have another checklist on this board you tend to use. You can click that and it's going to actually grab those items from it and any like presets with it. So that's kind of fun and exciting. And you can add items in here. If you are on Trello Standard or higher, you'll be able to add dates and members. If you're not, then you won't. But yeah, you can still add the items, just no members and dates, even if you're on the free plan. Let's see, add start dates and due dates to cards. So yeah, same sort of thing. Go to a card, hit dates. You can add a start date. So this is helpful if you're like, this thing is working for the whole week. You can set a reminder. So when you get like notified about due dates, these are all based on the due dates, not the start dates, by the way. So keep that in mind if you're interested in getting a reminder at a specific time. Track your completed work. Okay, so this is fun. There's multiple ways to track like when something is completed. Let's see, top tip. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, Mike, that's a good point too. You can paste the links and files directly into the description and comments too. Yeah, so like I could go here and, right in here, just Command V, do that in a comment too. And you can do that with like files as well. So yeah, good tip, Mike. Okay, so for tracking completed work, many ways you can do this. And some people use all of these. Create a list for completed items. This is pretty standard for me. I love having a done list. And this is my secret pro tip. But if you put any of these emojis into the title of the list, you can drag a card to it and it'll spray confetti across your screen. So you see, let's see if I've got it on this board. I do here. Let's see. Woo! So that's pretty cool. Other things you can do, you can check the due date in the due box. So let's say I have a card that is due here. If I check that due date, shows it's complete. You could use a label to indicate that it's been done. You could just archive the card. You can right click, or you can click a card and choose archive here, or you can also select the card and press T and it's just going to archive it for you. Click shortcut. You can also add a sticker. So stickers are kind of cool. If you go click these three dots and then go over here to stickers, you could do that. My personal favorite, like I said, I mostly use a done list and due dates if I have it associated with it. And I use automation that will kind of make all of that work for me. So for instance, let's say I want all of those things for tracking done, or maybe I even have a checklist of things that I want to, complete. I have automation that if I drag a card over here, it will complete the due date and then complete any checklist items or anything in there. There's also a power up that I think helps with this too, so you don't have to build the automation. I think it's literally called Card Done. Yeah, there you go. So check out this power up if you're interested in that. But it's basically, hang on one second. Can I help you, ma'am? Ma'am. We've got a kitty. I don't know if you all can hear it. But yeah, so basically we have, check out this power up. That way you don't even have to build the automation. I'll put a link to it in the description here. It will mark your card. It will check off the due date, mark it as done, do all of those different things. So you don't have to do all those. Okay, let's explore an example. Let's see. Takashi is working closely with a client on a project. He decides the best way to manage the work is to add a few card details. He selects one of his cards so he can start adding details. Opens a card. Adds a card cover. Let's see. Quickly identify the cards with client task with a card cover. Sure. Adds a label. And adds checklist with, specific items in here. Cool. How would you explain card details, covers, labels, and checklists to a coworker? I explain them as attributes and details about the things you're working on. Select and view a template from the Trello template library. Ooh. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go get up and see why this kitten is meowing. Peruse the library. I'll be right back. Are you stuck? Where are you? What do you need, baby? You're interrupting the live stream. Yes. All right. We've got the troublemaker in question here. She says she's very sorry for interrupting the live stream, but not extremely sorry. You have any words for anyone? She said, I love Trello. Okay. So you could create templates. Oh, interesting. If you're not into covers, it can be disabled in settings. Interesting. I did not know that. That's a fun fact, Rasmus. I don't use them a ton, but they don't really bother me. Every now and then I use them, but I wouldn't say that is the most important thing Trello ever has. But I actually do know some people doing really cool stuff with them, like using them as like explain like what each section is for or each list is for. So there's some cool, or if you have files attached, like I actually think it looks kind of cool on my like on my content planning board, how my videos typically so all of these, by the way, when you add an attachment, it becomes a card cover automatically. You can remove it. So I could click these 3 dots here and just say remove cover, or I could do that up here and just say, remove cover. But by default, when you attach like an image to a card, it becomes the cover. But I kind of like it on here. I think that looks kind of nice. So yeah. But oh yeah, the template library, that's where I was going. And yes, why is this Restream has suddenly now decided I can't access the chat. That's fine. Yeah, exactly, Erin. Are you stuck me out? Yes, I am stuck. I don't know what, she was just like on the sink in the bathroom. I'm not sure what her problem was. But yeah, so these are templates. So if you're looking for inspiration, this is a great way to go to a board and get some ideas here. You can see, let's see, there's a cover used in here. I think that was our official mission here. There's a sticker. That's another cover, label. Cool. Okay. Consider how you'd like to mark items complete on your Trello boards. Yeah, I'm curious what you all prefer to use. Liz, I saw you said that sticker was our go-to for rough projects. Add a sticker. It definitely makes boards more fun. I actually just released a video earlier this week about, or maybe it was last week. Yeah, I saved you once, ma'am. I'm not saving you again. She's meowing again. I just released a video about fun things you can do in your Trello boards. And so that's a great way of, I think, is celebrating and making your boards a little bit more fun to work in. And it was so glad y'all cannot hear the 26-pound gray potato scream for breakfast. I wish I could. I love that. GIFs work for card covers too, which can be fun, but some people really don't like it. Yeah, they work for board backgrounds too. Didn't we have somebody ask if we could disable that? Because I guess it was, I don't know, too stimulating or something. But yeah, that's a fun fact. GIFs work as board backgrounds, so that's really cool. Okay, man, I'm having too much fun. Maybe this will take me an hour and a half. Let's see, where are labels not visible in Trello? The card back, checklists, card front. They're not visible in checklists. All right. Marina is working on a time-sensitive item. Has to complete by next week. What should she use to indicate this? A due date, for sure. I mean, she could technically use all of these things, but a due date is what we're going for here. All right, review terms. If anybody's taking screenshots, the dictionary here. All right, woohoo, exit lesson. All right, let's see. Are we making good progress here? I don't know. Use Trello board templates. Oh, I knew they were going to have a whole lesson about this. We're going to breeze through this because I kind of gave you the primer about it, but templates are basically boards that have already been created. You can copy them. They're what they sound like. You can find them by going to templates in the main bar here, and you can see these are ones that I have created, but you can click explore templates to go see a bunch of other ones. You can look by category. Yeah, there's ones for project management. There's ones for client workflows. There's ones for agile. Of course, there's ones for agile. You knew there was one for agile. So yeah, let's review these benefits of using a template versus creating a brand new board. So the benefit of a template is that, let's say I want to use this Kanban template, I can click use this template, and it's basically it's like it's copying this board. So rather than having to come up with a board, give it this title, add these lists, add these specific cards, you can say if you want it to keep the cards or not. So even if you just like the list structure, you don't have to copy over the cards too. But that's what it does. And so, yeah, so the real usefulness is like, it's a copy. So it gives you something to start up. You don't have to build it from scratch. Identify at least one template that could benefit you today. Ooh, I'm curious. Yeah, if y'all are following along, head to that link that they mentioned here. Literally, if you just go to, I think they said it's trello.com/templates. I am curious. Post in the chat if there's any templates in here that stand out to you that you'd want to try. Like I said, the best way to kind of start is go over here and look at like things you're into. So whether it's like you work in marketing or whatever, a dating funnel template. That's just hilarious. I actually made a board for one of my friends about her love life. So yeah, Liz likes the project management one. I think I've used it for everything but PM purposes. I totally agree. I completely agree. Like the project management stuff, it just works. It's a good workflow of like, this is what I need to do, doing and done, resources. Yeah, I agree. It's useful for, if you think about it, everything in life is a project, right? We're all project managers. All right, Jocelyn's working on her board. She wants to create a new board. What's the most direct way to see a list of the top templates? Do an online search, go to Trello's template. Yeah, let's see, interesting. I'm torn. Hang on, let me think. I don't think you can search for top templates, so I think it's this option, but let me just double check. Yeah, there's no top here. I'm pretty sure it's this one. What do we think? Woohoo! Okay, I'm right. Yes, what do you want now? Now we've got the black and white cat meowing at us. We've just got a lot of supporters here. Okay. Yes, we are correct. All righty. Exit lesson. All right. Hang on. I just want to do a quick time check and see how well we're progressing along here. Okay. We've done board templates. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Use Trello features to organize a board. Here, I have too many tabs open. Okay. Let's see. Review. All right, Trello features to organize a board. You can work quickly with keyboard shortcuts. Yes, I love Trello keyboard shortcuts. Sort lists, copy existing boards, search for keywords, use other views to explore your ideas. All right, Trello lets you speed things up with keyboard shortcuts. So yeah, this is gonna be a good one to have my Trello board open on. Let's see. Press Shift and the question mark key to see a full list of keyboard shortcuts. Yeah, so when you're in Trello, press Shift and the question mark, and it opens up this modal, and you can see these. They're going to go through some, I assume, in this lesson. But honestly, think about the things you do most commonly and just see what you've got in here. I would say the ones I use most commonly are C for archiving cards, the square brackets for opening up these side menus, and what else do I use? When you hover over a card and press M for adding a member, or L for labels, I think D for due dates. And then if you press the space bar, it assigns you to a card. And then if you press Q, it actually filters the board to only show your cards. So you can keep closing this page. No, I'm not closing the page. Okay. So yeah, so basically, here you go. They're going to show you some. Oh, yeah, this is another handy one too. I forgot about that one. Press B and you can type in a board name and go to any board. This is really cool. You can use that anywhere in Trello. To search for information, you can do different ways. I showed you the Q. F opens up the filters to work with cards. Press Enter or Return to open it. You can copy and paste cards. Press N to add a new card. Press D for due date. We really are getting the kiddies assistance with this live stream. Let's see now. Okay, so sorting cards. You can place cards in any order in a list, sort them by due date, created date. Easy peasy here. Go to a list, click these three dots, and you can see sort by. There's different options here. The thing, you can even do like custom fields and stuff. The thing I see the most that is missing here that people ask is if they want to sort by labels. And the answer is you can't set that here, but you can make automation that does it. So if you basically comment if you want me, and I can share the automation. But basically you would just go into the automation and there's an option for sorting and you specify the order of the labels. So it is possible. It just requires automation and knowing what trigger you want. Also seeing lots of Q love. We love Q. And ooh, the plus shift, collapsing the list. Let's see, how do you do plus shift? Oh, is it shift? Oh, well, that one is pretty cool. I like that, Mike. All right, sorting lists, copying items to save time. You can copy any part of your Trello board, paste it to another board, or make a copy of the whole board. This saves time. To copy a board, click more actions and copy board. They've got the screenshot there, so I'm probably not going to do it. But yeah, it's those three dots up in the corner. Copy a list. That same list actions like where you would go to sort. Click those three dots and there's a copy list option in there. Copy a card. You can open it and under actions select copy and create copy. You can also do like a copy paste, just like I did. Like I did it with the keyboard shortcuts, but you know, the classic control/command C then V. So that works too. And then copy a checklist. Click a card to open it. On the right side, select checklist and select which existing checklist to copy. So I think I showed you all that a second ago. When you go to make a checklist, you can say which one to copy from on the board. All right, searching for what you need. So to find what you're looking for, you can use the search feature. I'm going to be totally honest. I rarely use this search feature, but I really should use it more. The thing is, I mostly know what board I'm looking for something in. So since I'm in the board, I just use F to open up the filter, which I think they're going to mention in a second. But yeah, this is a great feature. If you're like, I know I have a Trello card somewhere, I just don't know which board it's in. You can search up here, and this is like a global search. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, it'll even look up stuff in like Jira and Confluence too. So that's kind of nice. And it's like boards, cards, whatever. So think of it as like your literal like global search there. We'll probably come back to filters in a second, but that's more for searching on a specific board and like filtering the cards you see there. For premium views, we've got, oh yeah, so Trello has different ways of viewing your cards. If on any board you could see like some of these options. It's a premium feature, I will say, but Calendar has a power up So you don't have to pay if you're just interested in calendar. You can get a power up that gives you that view. So I will give that caveat, but most of these are only available via premium, Trello Premium. So if you want to view your cards like a table, and if you miss your spreadsheets, you can do them like that. You can view them plotted out on a calendar. You can use dashboard. I actually think this is not the most useful view. I hardly ever use it. If you really want proper like dashboarding and reporting, I'd recommend using the Dash Cards power up at minimum, or explore some other power ups specifically for reporting in Trello. Timeline view. So this is basically a calendar view, but it gives you like another way of plotting based on another attribute like the list it's in or the member. So it's good to see, like, you could see, what does Brittany have going on this week? What does Mike have going on this week? What does Liz have going on this week? And Rasmus, you know, et cetera, as you go. And then there's map. This one, you either love it and use it, or you have no need for it and will never think about it again. But I find it particularly useful when I'm planning trips, because I can literally plot cards based on a location and see, oh, there's like 10 cards around here, so maybe I should do these 10 things on a day. Who am I kidding? I never do 10 things on a day when I'm traveling. That's way too much adventure for me. But, you know, it's easy to see like what's close and nearby there. So love these board views. I think they're worth it personally. I pay for Trello for me and for my partner because she helps me with some work stuff, and we also use it for some things around the house. So it feels well worth it for me to pay, you know, $20 a month or whatever it is for both of us. And I love these views, but admittedly, I would say 75% of the time I'm still in board view, but 25% of the time these are like still really amazing. Yeah, map is, I think all of these, Rasmus, are premium and higher only, except for like calendar, you can get a power up, but I think all of these views are premium or higher only. Yeah, the Trello dashboard sucks. Yeah, we could say it. You know, we could say it. Trello has a power up called Dash Cards. It's really great for reporting. So, and then there's plenty of other power ups and things to do. So yeah, the dashboards, it's not Trello's greatest feature in my opinion. Mike also mentioned you can search archive cards in the global search. So, ooh, there's lots of filter parameters that you can do there. That's pretty handy. Yeah. Okay, let's try it ourselves here. Copy a list. I'm not going to actually do all these things because we basically just did them, but here, we'll do this one. Create a new card. Hover over card and press N. Boom. New card. Move a card. Oh, yeah. You can, when a card is like hovered over, let me see. Which is this one? Click on the background of the board to make sure nothing is selected. Use your arrow keys to select on the card. Press the key move. Oh, I see what it's saying. So click the background and then, yeah, that's what it's saying. Yeah. I don't use this a ton, but you can, this is a thing you can do. If you're noticing, I'm just moving my arrow keys around to navigate around cards. Add a due date. We talked about D. Spacebar to assign yourself, what we've learned. How can keyboard shortcuts improve your efficiency? Because I think they improve your efficiency because, as I mentioned before, about one of my favorite things about what sets apart Trello is that I don't have to spend so much time playing business or like documenting things so much as I can quickly move around in it and see what I need to do. And like I don't have to spend as much time organizing my work. It's very good to like quickly see what is important about it. Shortcut to create a new card. And oh wait, I skipped a question, didn't I? Why would it be better to copy an existing checklist rather than to just create a new one? Oh, because oftentimes you're going to have standard things, right? So I have a standard checklist for in my content planning one where it's like when I'm making a video, do all of these things. And it would be really annoying if I had to do that from scratch each time. Okay, keyboard shortcut for creating a new card. Hold shift and type NEW. Could you imagine? That wouldn't be very short at all. You can add a card, add a label, add a date, and add yourself to it without touching your mouse. Amazing. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool. Which following is not a valid option for sorting Trello lists. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you were paying attention here, you know the answer to this, and you know I told you this is technically not true. You can do this with automation, all right? But yes, it's not available in the sort options. I might actually have to reach out. Trello, if you're watching, I mean, we might want to let folks know they technically can do this via automation. When using the search bar, where are search results from? Select all correct responses. Oh, you know this is going to be anything. or everything. Any Atlassian product, the current board, any cards in the current workspace, any Trello board you have access to. Oh, wait, let me think about this. Any cards in the current workspace, any Trello board you have permission to edit. Let's see. Let me think about this. Any cards in the current workspace. I think you could still, maybe not that, because I don't think you could have access to it. Man, they might stump me on this one. Any cards in the current workspace, I guess. But if you don't have access to it, you shouldn't be able to see it. Any Trello board you have permission to edit. That's also confusing to me too, because I feel like you should be able to, that should be if you have any permission to view. So I don't know if they're trying to make it hard on me here. Okay, I'm probably going to get this wrong. I'm going to submit all of it. Oh, it is all of it. Okay, they were trying to stump me here. I feel like this should be caveated with, I assume only ones that you can view. Like if there is a board in the workspace that you don't have access to, I don't think you would see cards from it. Maybe I'm wrong, but also any Trello board you have permission to edit or just permission to view, I assume, but maybe not. Okay. So yeah, so screenshot for a dictionary. If anybody's building a Trello dictionary here, feel free to get that. This says, I'm legally blind on my left side. Shortcuts prevent the migraine headaches looking back and forth to mouse and refocusing. Ooh, yeah, that's awesome. That is a really good answer for the question of how these shortcuts can help. Okay. All right, exit lesson. Use Trello features. Use Trello power-ups. Yes. Okay, let me just do a real quick check because we technically have 10 minutes to go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, we got this. So I'm going to do like a 2-minute version of this here. I could and do often do lots more detail on Trello power-ups. If you want to join the Trello Trailblazers, I will put a link in the chat. This is me and Mike's club. Oh, Mike, why ain't our URL working right now? I don't know why it's not working. Maybe it's just me. But basically, I'll put this one in here in case that doesn't work. But if you go join here, if you have not already, this is our Atlassian community chapter all about Trello and Trello events. And you can see we've done a bunch in the past that relate to power-ups. We love talking about power-ups. Power-ups for email, power-ups for calendars, power-ups for getting info in Trello. So yeah, so if you want to learn more about power-ups, I'm definitely not going to do this lesson justice in the next few minutes, but stick with me and you will learn more. Which, by the way, speaking of stick with me, if you head to howtotrello.com or trello.substack.com, I'll put that link in here as well. I have a newsletter that I would love for you to join that is all about Trello. Every Thursday morning, I send a newsletter with interesting things to do in Trello. And it's a great way to, one, keep track of wherever I'm at in my life right now. I also answer readers' questions, so it's a good way to submit questions and get answers. It's a good way to know about when I'm doing events like these, so you can join. I share tips, I share terms and definitions. I give inspiration ideas and help people see, oh, here's something new you can do in Trello, or here's a new power-up you may want to use, or, you know, different things like that. I also have this section I've started doing where pairs well with Trello is more about like things you can use with Trello that kind of complement it on top of it. I also give automation tips, and yeah, I have all sorts of different stuff in here, and it's free to join. There's a premium version where I do some more advanced stuff, like open up calls for my premium subscribers where they can come and bring their Trello questions live and we talk through them. They also get some additional bonus content, but to be honest, if I do say so myself, I'm pretty generous with my free plan, and every week you'll still get a lot of value out of it. So, okay, commercial break over, back to this lesson about power-ups. So explore power-ups made by Trello in the community, add a power-up to a board, view enabled power-ups. They allow you to bring additional features to your board. Over 100 power-ups for you to choose from. That number feels so low. I feel like there's got to be way more than just over 100. To see available power-ups, click the power-ups icon, a rocket on your board. Yeah, this is the portal to awesomeness. And this is how you see what you currently have on your board. This is how you edit any settings with them. Every power-up's going to look a little bit different. And click add power-ups. This is how you go to the power-up directory to add more. Choose your power-ups. Yeah, so they're basically going to show, ooh, is this interactive? Oh, it is. Ooh, this is cool. Have there been these this whole time? I don't think there have. But yeah, okay, so search, you know what you want to look for. So if you're looking for a specific functionality, like I was with card done, you can do that. Featured, currently featured ones, they're usually newer popular ones. Enabled, see the ones that you are using. Made by Trello. These are power-ups literally made by like the makers of Trello. Everything else in here, if it's not made by Trello, is made by some third-party developer. They're also pretty accredited though. They still have to go through like a pretty rigorous process to get listed in here. So just know that. And then yeah, then there's these categories. So it could be a good way to get inspiration and see what you want to do. Okay, yeah, that's basically what they just said there. When you found it, click add. Oh yeah, when you're looking at a power up, you can see how many boards it's on, a little description. You can click on it and see more details that often explains like pricing and gives little demos and things. And when you're ready, you just click add, and it'll walk you through things. Maybe, maybe not. This one doesn't seem to have too much that it needs to do for onboarding. Let's see. Card time and list. You need to authorize it. I've never used this power before, so I don't know. Come on. So yeah, so now we have this one. So you can see different details about it. I'll play with that. That looks interesting. Okay. Here, click the boxes to read about 5 popular power-ups. Interesting, the ones they chose here. Oh yeah, Mike Scott Top Made by Trello is Calendar, Dash Cards, Card Repeater. So one thing, it's funny, Calendar is the most popular Trello power-up. I believe this. This is where I was mentioning earlier, all of the Trello views are premium, except for Card power-up. You can actually get a power-up that, or sorry, Calendar power-up that lets you view it in a calendar. Interesting though. Backups for Trello. This is a good one too. Everybody's always like, what if I want to revert to a previous version of a board? You want this power up to do that. It's by Rewind, two-way board sync. There are a lot of power ups that do this. So it's kind of interesting they picked this one. Again, we could give, yeah, and Hello Epics like gives you dependency. There's lots of power ups that do these things. To be honest, I think this is kind of random. I don't know that this would necessarily align with my best power ups list. If you'd like to see my best power-ups list, go to besttrellopowerups.com. I literally bought that URL, and I'll post it in here. And you can see I have a, believe it or not, it's a Trello board listing some of my favorite power-ups for different things. So yeah, because I need to wrap this up in 4 minutes. We're going to keep moving along a little faster here. But yeah, see what we've learned. We can browse them. Let's see. Nancy's using the board template as multiple power-ups. She wants to see which are in the board. She can... From the board menu, click About, select the Powers button, select Enabled. That's what Nancy's going to do. Good job, Nancy. And yeah, exit lesson. Okay, automate task in Trello. Oh man, see, now they're getting into the stuff that I could easily talk about for hours and hours, as if all of this other stuff I haven't been also talking about and having lots to say. But yeah, I cover a lot of this in my book. I also wrote a book about Trello. If you didn't know this, if you go to trellobook.com, you can read more about it. But basically, I have a book and I have a whole section dedicated to automation where I show ways you can make, like I give you the principles of how to build automation, why you would want to, and very specific examples of this is a rule you would use to do this. So yeah, so definitely check that out. And another perk of subscribing to my newsletter, I share stuff like this all the time, and a lot of readers will ask questions like, how do I automate this or that in Trello? And I'd love to answer that. So yeah, you can automate simple tasks using rules, statements with triggers that initiate automation. You can archive lists using automation rules. These are the different types of automations. Basically, the difference is when it's triggered. So rules are like, you know, when something happens in the board, this is when you want to do something. Scheduled is like, do this at a certain interval, whether it's every day or every Monday. Due date is basically looking at today's date in relation to various cards' due date and doing things like, basically, if a card is due today, then add a label. That's going to be a due date automation. And card buttons, they automate workflows on a card level. So basically, if you're not sure exactly when you want to trigger it, but you know that you have a series of things you want to do, you could use a card button. Board buttons automate things on a board level. So it's useful for like moving lists, creating lists, moving multiple cards into a list. Yeah, some examples here. It's included with all Trello accounts. I actually do think this is something worth noting. depending on your plan, there's limits on how much volume you can run with it, but honestly, they're pretty generous with it. And yeah, you can get a lot out of it, even in the free plan. So create an automation rule. At the top of the board, click automation, select one of them. Here, yeah, we'll just go through this real quick. Board, click automation, lightning bolt, click rules. Click on one of these. These are the ones we just described, but yeah, go to the one you want, hit create automation, add trigger, look for your trigger, hit the blue plus button, and look for different actions. You can see there's so many here. But this one, let's say I want to say when a card is added to the board, add me to the card. So let's join the card, hit save, and boom. Oh, we've got another kitty joining us. Lucas says, yay, Trello. As in, no, I shy. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what you've learned, the differences in automations. Oh man, we've still got 2 more lessons. We're gonna go quick. Gemma uses a Trello board planner where she has a list called Big Ideas, which goes rough ideas for large projects. She has a list called Planning to keep track of what she wants to complete next. She plans on the first day of the month and wants to make sure her cards and big ideas are included. Scheduled automation, first day of each month. That's the keyword right there. Be funny if I got that wrong. Okay. Ooh, put the steps to build so if you see Butler and you're like, what is this? Butler is all of Trello's automation used to be a power-up called Butler. And so there's still some legacy terminology, although I think they're trying to get rid of it. So put the steps in the right order. Click automation, then rules. Oh, wait. Oh, I see the order here. Add trigger. You always start with the trigger, and then you add an action. All right, submit. Perfect. Okay, exit lesson. Share Trello board. We're going to do this quick. Launch. This is the lightning round, y'all. I know we've got meetings and stuff to get to. It's Friday. By the end of this lesson, you can, share your boards, invite people to your workspace, navigate to your workspace, go to the members, invite workspace members. So so we talked about how Trello has these teams, right? So go to workspace. Actually, I find this easier to do on this sidebar here. When you're in a board in that workspace, you can just click this members tab right here. You can just even click that plus button to invite somebody right there. Easiest way to do that. But also if you're on this page, you can, I think they need to update these screenshots, but, oh no, maybe they're in a different, they're on the actual like workspace proper view. But yeah, so basically you go to your members there. You can share your board's visibility. Ooh, okay, so from any board, if you click this icon here, it might look different based on what it is. This is how you set the different, like who can see what on your boards. Again, I'm coming up on time, so I'm going to kind of breeze through some of this, but these are the different types. Private means only you and people you specifically add can view it. If you set it to workspace, anybody who's part of your team basically can view it. Organization, this is an enterprise thing. Public means anybody can see it. So they can't edit it, but they can see it. So that's really helpful if you want to like share that content with multiple people and they don't want them to have a Trello account. So you can invite people to your boards. There's different rules. Observers can view a board, download attachments, comment and vote on cards, and export, but they cannot like edit cards. They can't move cards around. They can't type descriptions or things like that, or add attributes. They can only view it, add comments, and vote. And these are the things mentioned here. This is only available to boards in a premium workspace. So if you are on Trello's free plan, you can't do this. But if you are using premium or higher, you can add people to boards in that workspace as an observer. Members are basically can do all the things. Admins can do a few extra things like they can set up like automation. They can create custom fields, adjust settings, and set the visibility. If you're not an admin, you can't do those things. Also, I think you cannot, only admins can add members to the boards, but I think there's a setting you can change where you can say other members can add members to the boards. So from the top of any board, hit share. This is where you add somebody and you can select their roles in here from which you want them to be. You can also send Trello invites with a link, select that share button, and you can say create a link, and then you can just email that link to whoever you want. We did that. Let's see what you've learned. Anna's just created a board. She wants herself and members of the board to view it. She wants private. Woohoo! Daryl's a member of a Trello board. Which of the actions can he not perform? Cannot add other members to the board. Again, no, I think there is some setting where he's allowed to do that. But yeah, like, we'll see. Okay. All right. Oh, I did it. Oh, I thought there was still one more lesson to go. Set your notifications in Trello. Oh, I see, because I hadn't. Okay. Yeah, one more to go here. Setting your notifications. Watch a boarded list. Yeah, this is the best way to see what's going on in Trello boards. If you're like, I want a notification when a card moves into this list, click this list actions and say watch, and then you'll see the eye icon on here and you're going to get notifications about it. You can do that on a card level. Yeah, there it is. Watch or not watch, and you can do that on a board level. Click these three dots and choose watch. So that's pretty helpful. You'll get notifications only for the activities that interest you. So you can email when they add a new comment if you're watching it. Let's see. I think you can control for the activity. Okay, so yeah, basically, I don't know that there's a way to control exactly what watch things you get. But like, for instance, I think it's kind of all or nothing. Like if you're watching a card, you're going to get notifications about everything on there. But let's see, for example, okay, I think what they're saying is it's not like all or nothing in terms of you have to know about everything on the board, or some, like you can say, I just want notifications about cards in this list, or I just want notifications about these specific cards. All right, so I showed you how to do that. How do you know what you're watching? From the board view, look for the eye icon. Never mind. Okay, I thought it was saying there's like a filter up here. But no, it's saying that, yeah, the eye icon is going to like indicate what you're watching and what you're not. Yeah. Okay. When does Trello notify you? This is a section I wish I could. Yes, Andy, I am live from the camper. I'm excited to see you here. Yeah, and I think my water pressure is doing better now. I mean, I'm still using my fresh water in my tank, but I checked the outside and the water pressure is good from the pump. All right, when does Trello notify you? When new member is added, if you're watching a board, it'll notify you when these things happen in a list. New card is created, cards are moved, list is archived. Cards, it'll let you know when it's moved. Details such as due dates, checklists, it's assigned to someone, or it's archived. Check your Trello notifications by clicking up here. You can see I do a really good job of remembering to check these. Let's see. Trello will also send you email notifications. You can change your email frequency. Oh, yeah. That's a good pro tip here. Click these and you can go to your notification settings and control some things. And you can control how often you get these emails. Let's see, open up a Trello, choose a list, watch it. We did that. Terrence wants to receive notifications whenever any new detail has been added to one of his cards. He should watch the card. Boom. Lydia is currently watching a board. She wants to know what's going on in the board. She wants to receive emails less often. Update her email notification frequencies. Definitely don't enable desktop notifications. Don't do that, Lydia. Okay. All right, now we are officially done. We have gotten the most out of Trello. Yay! Did anybody else actually like follow along with me and also have a fun screenshot here? If you did, share it on social media and tag me in it. If you like post it on, like if you want to share your screenshot here and post it on LinkedIn, I think you can also click this print button and it'll give you like a nice little certificate here. So, but yeah, share a screenshot of this on social media and tag me on it. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll do a giveaway. Maybe I will, I'll give away a digital copy of my book. If you tag me in it, I'm literally coming up with this on the fly. I'll need your email address somehow, but maybe I will. Yeah, if you post on social media with your screenshot and say, you know, I've completed this course, tag me, Brittany Joyner on LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn profile if you go to find me. And then, yeah, make sure you're connected with me so I can DM you and let you know if you win. But yeah, find me on LinkedIn, connect with me, and post a picture of your thing and say something about how we, did the training together, and I'll enter you in a drawing, and I'm going to pick a random person, and I will give away a digital copy of my Trello book. I will send it to you via email. So yeah, anyone wants to participate in that, I will be looking through my DMs and notice. But yeah, we are over time. But I hope this was useful and helpful for folks. I had fun with this. I wish there was more of these, and I would do these more frequently. Maybe, Mike, maybe we need to come up with some of our own and just go through them on our own. So maybe we'll do that. But thank you all so much for joining. I really had a blast with this. And again, if you're not already subscribed to my newsletter, please subscribe. It's a good way for me to know that I should keep doing things like this. And you're watching this on YouTube. So if you want to click below and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I wouldn't be sad about that either, because that also helps me know that I should keep making videos like this. So very great way to, yeah, I fully accept subscriptions. Like, subscriptions don't pay the bills, but they make me happy. So they give me good validation to keep doing this stuff. So thank you everybody for watching. Thanks Liz, Rasmus, Mike, everybody who's been active here in the chat. I really appreciate it. That's literally what makes these like feel like I'm not just like talking at a screen. So I really appreciate everybody like being active in the chat. Like, Aaron, I know you were in here too. So yeah, thank you everybody, and yeah, we'll do more like this, and I'll see you all around. And goodbye from the kitties who are fighting behind me now, running amok. These are the critters that wanted to so badly be part of the live stream.